Hi, this is not what you expected. Most of you, at least. I wanted to talk about some important stuff.
Sure you do, Greg. Sure you do.
First of all, the videos you've been seeing on this channel are all fake.
No shit, Sherlock!
You do realize people already understood that, right? That you were just making these fake freakout videos? What, did you think people actually believe that shit?
And I thought people would know that they were fake because I didn't think my acting was that good, but apparently not a lot of people did.
Let's be honest here, you like trying to do these whole fake out freakouts. How should I put this? The best way to describe your acting was that, or you here's pretty much what it is. You are a low class McJuggernuggets. You know, the channel that was making up the freakouts, making it seem like it was real, making episode by episode, till it had its conclusion, and then they ended the whole series. That is what you are, but you suck at convincing people about it being real. Do you understand? Of course not. This is Greg we're talking about. He wouldn't understand. He wouldn't understand, honestly, if it hit him across the head.
People think I'm actually homeless. They think I'm actually living in a tent. They think I actually would pour kombucha on myself because a Patreon got deleted.
Yeah, nobody believed any of that. And if anything, any doubt in anyone's mind was removed when Chris Hansen showed up at your house to try to talk to you about your side of the story, to get an interview. And like the little chicken that you are, you called 911 to try to get the bad man removed from your property, which that didn't pan out for you.
My strategy was, because my Patreon did get deleted, as a result of me posting a text that was very nice. It was a very nice text.
No, it wasn't, and you doxed their phone number.
Talking about nice things that happened in my past. There was somebody that I used to know who said nice things to me, and I shared that with everyone else, saying, hey, wasn't it great when we were nice to each other a long time ago? And I was just showing how I kind of miss those times when we were nice to each other, and I forgot to crop out the top of the text.
Or more than likely, because you're a vindictive asshole, you left that text on there. Because again, you were doxing their number. So that way your fans can go and attack them.
I actually noticed it and I removed it before anyone could really freak out about it, but people freaked out anyway. So then I lost my Patreon because I forgot to crop out the top of the text, which was, again, a nice text. And the text to follow were like talking about how I don't wish any ill and I hope that everyone's, happier and stuff like that. But it just translated to doxing. It was an accident, it was a mistake on my part. I'm sorry for that.
Something tells me the only reason that you're saying sorry now is because you didn't get away with what you did. Now, let's say perchance that you did get away with doxing her and sending her hate. You'd probably be singing a different tune right now. As well as not talk so damn slow in these damn videos. Seriously. Almost 11 minutes of him talking slow. I have to speed up this video so that way we can get through it faster.
So about these freak out videos, I made them to make money, to compensate for the Patreon loss. I thought, when my Patreon was deleted, I thought, how can I turn this negative into a positive? And I started OnisionFans.com, but I was like, how do I promote this site? How do I get people to watch this content that I make? And I thought, freak out videos. People love freak out videos. They go viral, and they did.
As well as made you look very, very pathetic to try to find the cheapest way to try to get views.
A lot of them, the first one got over 1 million views, and it's because people want to see what follows their narrative. They want to see someone have a meltdown. If they think that person is a psychopath, they want to gaslight them or whatever, and they want to believe that this person's completely insane, they'll do that. And anyone with common sense would probably know that, listening to me explain this is a direct contradiction of the person who cannot explain anything in these videos, who freaks out at the smallest thing, who loses their mind on a fly, starts crying randomly, or, there's points where I was faking seizures in a comedic fashion for views, and people still thought it was real. I made an entire video about how I pooped on my back, allegedly, and people thought that was real. And
yeah, and just so you are aware, nobody believed it. And it helps that people like myself, who were kind of following those videos, giving reactions to them, we called you out on your bullshit, by the way. So, you weren't fooling anybody.
I didn't realize I could push the limit so far, and people would still believe it, and they did.
This guy is fucking stupid!
And I thought that was crazy. Like, people actually thought that I traded out my car and my house for a dog. And people actually thought that when I was a child, a dog hopped on my back and did horrible things to me. They literally believed these stories that were a means for me to get more views on YouTube.
Not really much, considering the fact that your channel has been dwindling, your channels have been kind of dwindling into obscurity.
And that's why I put every single video there in the entertainment category, because I thought that people would understand that I was doing that for entertainment. But that's not really what this video is about. So I wanted to talk about something that I addressed a long time ago with you guys, and I did so in a fashion which was both ignorant and cruel. Cruel, like horrible of me. It was the topic of RAPE.
Oh boy, here we go.
I made a lot of anti-RAPE videos, like trying to stand up for victims, be a white knight, say this is what you should do if you're in that situation.
You were also making comedy skits where you were making fun of people getting in that situation. And in case people want context, here is a snippet of one of Repsion's earliest videos, starting off when some guy, 827, now by the name of Stevie Wolf for his YouTube channel, was confronting him in a debate. By the way, some of the video that Repsion uses for his video will be censored out, considering, once again, Onision Greg is a little coward.
Let's go back though. You made, and I know you think this is ridiculous, but I feel it's very important because you made an accusation that I made a joke about rape. So, what was that?
Well, a lot of your video titles, they have really, really screwed up titles in them, and it's like you're just taking.
Give me one of the rape, an example.
Let's see. Look for your videos right here. You've got a few about rape right here.
Yeah, but they're not necessarily making fun of it. Yeah, you said I made fun of it, so give me an example of when I made fun of it, please.
Are you gonna seriously just sit here and run me around in fucking circles like this? Or...
It's just one question, If you don't have an example, just say you don't have an example.
You've got like hundreds of videos to scroll through. I mean, is my argument invalid because I'm not gonna sit here and just scroll through hundreds of videos?
So you don't have an example, is what you're saying.
I do have an example. I just don't feel the need to go scroll through hundreds of videos, and most of these you already know what you put in them because you took the time to shoot and edit them.
What I'm telling you is I haven't made a main channel video making fun of rape.
And you say that you have never mocked rape? Well, what's this?
I was butt raped! A group of men hit me on my head until I passed out and then they raped me!
That video is titled Puppy Love, which you can find on your main channel, Onision. Next clip you're about to see is another video in which this is the disturbing part. He labels this person socially retarded, someone with disabilities, and then proceeds to say this.
Because I'm so unattractive and I'm so stupid and I have no friends, there was that guy who violated me in an alleyway and I cried. I guess he could be a friend. What was I talking about?
What's that again? You haven't made fun of rape victims?
Yeah, as Repsion points out later in his video, or at least a little bit in his video, he points out that this was 2 of the many videos that are examples of him making fun of sexual assault, people's weight, their orientation, etc. Heck, we're talking about the guy that will literally do anything and everything to try to get his name out there. Perfect example, or at least one of the many perfect examples, is when he tried to make, or at least start more beef with, I believe his name is TJ Kirk, or the Amazing Atheist.
Onision was kind of a drama. I remember Onision tried to get me to appear on something called the Steve Wilkos Show, which is basically like the poor man's, I guess I should say, the even poorer man's Jerry Springer. And I'm like, Onision, you and I have serious differences here, and you've done some things that I find to be really disgusting that you've never shown any sort of sincere atonement for. You've never really even acknowledged that the stuff you've done is fucked up. And even now, you continue to defend your actions, even though, I mean, there's a clear pattern of you creating drama, of you continuously creating drama, continuously airing your dirty laundry in public, and now you want to do it on national TV. Like, this is a guy who's eager to get in more drama in front of an even larger audience. It's like it drives him. That's all he wants to do. And I'm like, I'm not participating in this, Onision. I can't even believe that you think that I would do something like this. I can't even believe that you want to do something like this. You know, and he's like, oh, we'll ham it up for the camera, and we'll create all kinds of new drama between us. You know, we'll figure out other reasons we don't like each other, and it'll be really even more unpleasant. I'm like, this isn't a fucking show, Onision. I'm trying to fucking convey a serious message here. When I was going after you, it was because I had legitimate grievances with your fucking actions and behaviors. And it's like he didn't even fucking comprehend that. It didn't even occur to him that I might not just be doing this as part of some fucking phony baloney fake WWE style storyline where it's like, you know, one week I'm hitting him over the head with the fucking chair and the next week we're fucking tag team partners or some shit. It's like, Onision, hello? Earth to you, motherfucker. That's not what's going on here, alright? Maybe for you, this is all just some big fucking show where you can just do whatever you want, fucking play with people's emotions, mislead your fucking own audience as to what's going on, and you just feel like that has zero consequences. But that's not how I fucking operate. And I told him I don't have any interest in being on the fucking Steve Wilkos show with you. I don't have any interest in engaging you in some sort of fake, trumped up fucking drama. I mean, so if you really want to know what kind of guy Onision is, that fucking story should tell you a lot of what you need to know.
Oh my.
First of all, if you've never gone through that, you shouldn't be telling people how to deal with it.
If that's the case, then why are you talking about it right now?
And I was telling a lot of people how to deal with it, what they should do. And people were saying, you know, you've never been a victim of it, so you wouldn't know. And you shouldn't tell people how to deal with it. Yet, I continued. I didn't just tell people who were victims how to deal with it. I would condemn them if they didn't do it the way that I told them to handle it.
Isn't that with everything you do, though? I mean, when it comes to people's hair, how they dress, what weight they should be, especially for people who are underage. You know, it just goes to show that you're a very, very controlling person.
And this is how I told them to do it. I would say, if you don't report this person, you are helping them. Some might see that as true. But you'd have to be completely emotionally detached from the scenario to think that that was an appropriate agenda to push.
So, yourself then.
When you go through something like being violated, or otherwise, you know, taken advantage of, or illegally assaulted, or something like that, when you go through that, in a lot of instances, you're asking yourself if it was your fault. You're asking yourself, if you go to court, are they going to shame you? Do you want to relive everything that you went through? And that's the thing with a lot of victims, is if they even start to bring it up, they'll break down crying, and they can't get through it. And that's something that people don't seem to recognize a lot, is when someone goes through something, more often than not, it seems like they can't even talk about it.
I find it ironic that he's talking about this, trying to be sincere, be genuine, when he has a bunch of people who are victims of him now coming out because they saw one individual who suffered from his antics stand up. So now everybody else is standing up. I find it very ironic that he is now talking about this, acting as if he actually cares. Because let me tell you, and this is just my opinion, I don't think he gives two shits about what he's saying right now. Again, this is the guy that will do anything for views and money. Hell, even at one point posting himself reacting or enjoying freaking hentai. And more likely, minors watching him do it.
But for patrons, let's finish this off with a kinky music video.
Yeah, girl. Oh, shit. I'm dying inside. Gotta keep it real. Here's the deal. I am a meal. I'm not a snack. Look at me. I'm a full course act.
That was Who Cares.
Oh, wow. Oh, jeez. Oh, Jesus. No. Oh, my God. Stop it. That doesn't look right! Bet you're glad you're a patron now. That was horrible.
Hentai break.
Ew, what is she doing with her mouth?
Oh!
Yeah, that's the perspective we're supposed to believe. That's supposed to be a good perspective.
Huh? Every day? You don't have to pretend. Who would you even be having sex with every day? Dun dun dun. My little brother. Her little brother?
Oh my god, those are huge. Okay, now that we're all emotionally disturbed, let's continue watching monsters.
And you know what? Hentai break, then hash brown, back to back. Wow, would you look at that? They're having some fun. She apparently wants some mixed baby. Good for her. Oh yeah, I'm tearing that bum up. No. It's so thick.
You're stupid. We're dumb humans.
That's better. Two ladies. Because men suck. Who needs to see that anyway?
Oh, by the way, FYI for those people that didn't know, in some versions of quote-unquote hentai or anime pornography, there are segments or shows of it where women are forced into sex against their will, either by one individual, a monster, or by a group of people. Kind of hypocritical for Greg to say that he's for victims, but then proceeds to watch and react to content like that for people who, again, may not be of age.
And if they do talk about it, they're terrified that nobody's going to believe them. And so they almost feel like, what's the point of talking about it? Because their story is so difficult for the world to accept, even if it is true.
Man, I feel like this commentary is more towards him. And he's using the effects or the topic of sexual assault as the backbone for him talking about himself. At least that's the way I'm seeing it right now, because this is clearly what's going on with the people who have been, at this point, or at least till now, were afraid of talking about how he treated them, about how he ridiculed them off the internet, using his fans, using his own social media. And again, now people are kind of fed up. People are now giving their piece about what he did. And it's not just the victims. No. People who have been seeing this on the sidelines are now saying what they want to say about the situations. They're saying, or at the very least giving their opinions about Greg, about his spouse, about their situation with their kids, about their animals, the treatment of their animals, the treatment of their kids. Which, to some extent, I could see why Chris Hansen got involved. Maybe perhaps he's just doing it for the money. You know what? I wouldn't second guess him just doing it for the money. But if there is a genuine bone in his body, maybe he's trying to do the right thing. But all in all, when it comes to this whole situation, I think a lot of us know why, Greg, you decided to use this whole topic. I would say for the most part, is you're trying to gain some kind of sympathy, to act as if you had some kind of revelation. But here's the thing. When it comes to your stance on this particular topic, nobody cares. And I know that's harsh for me to say for some people, but understand that that's not the thing that people want you to come clean about. What people want you to come clean about is what you did to the people that are giving their testimony, so to speak, to Chris Hansen, of all people. Which, by the way, he did a follow-up to his video, or at least what was going on with the situation with Onision, or Greg. Now, I'm going to play the audio. It's going to be sped up a little bit so you guys can listen to it. But this is Chris Hansen's follow-up to the events of him showing up at the house to try to get an interview, and Greg calling 911, the sheriff's department, to try to get him either removed or arrested, and basically lie to the cops about the situation that he was in.
It quickly became clear that Greg was not unfamiliar to the local law enforcement authorities here. They were aware of his YouTube antics, the allegations of inappropriate contact with young women. The other thing that stands out to me is that Greg is about as brave in person as you'd expect. The thing about dealing with a predator is you know exactly what a predator is going to do. He had his chance today to talk to me, to explain his side of the story, to defend himself, but he chose not to do it, not even to continue his dramatic rants that he's been conducting on YouTube. Just wouldn't even come to the door. And I could hear him in the background, you know, calling the sheriff's department. Oh, he's out there with camera crews and this, that, and the other thing. So that's going to be the statement for now, I guess. He knows we are out here. He knows we want to talk to him now and down the road. So we'll see what happens. Mike Morris is with us. Mike, anything, you know, surprise you about all this today?
You know, I'm new to this whole thing,
Right.
And you pretty much called it. I mean, you know, you were right about the hotel. The intel was right. He was at the hotel. He was posting yesterday from the hotel, making it look like he was from the hotel. I think he was home. He got here, I think, days ago because nobody in the hotel saw him. This morning when we've been waiting, you thought he was in the house. I didn't. He was in the house. So all the hunches, you know, from all your years of doing this have turned out to be true. The fact that there's several people in the house right now.
And it also seems to me that he's living in a constant state of paranoia. You see, you know, maybe up to a half dozen cameras and monitoring devices in the front yard, across the street apparently,
There's
at
at
the
least a
front
half
door.
dozen. But the thing that's, you know, really interesting is that it's, you know, we're always thinking, is this a ruse? Is he crazy? Is he telling the truth? It's all bullshit. I mean, it's all made up, because if he wanted to get his side of the story, he'd sit down and talk to you.
You could have done it right here. You could have said, meet us up the street. We would have gotten a hotel
And he's
suite
not on the
for him.
run. He's home.
No.
We just proved
That's
he's
the
home.
other clear thing is
He's
that
home.
all this stuff about him being penniless and Kai divorcing him and all that. Kai is right in the house with the kids right now with...
And he's not home because of us chasing him. He didn't, you know, he didn't know. So he's home, and he's not homeless.
It would be
So that's-
my educated guess that he had no idea we were in town until I knocked on that door.
I agree 100%.
No clue.
The sheriffs were completely professional. They were fans of yours and your show, and they appreciate you. I like that.
And not surprised that we were out here today.
No, they're not surprised. They're aware that he lives here on the street. And, you know, maybe I'll get the email back saying that they're ready for a sit-down, because, you know, we still are ready.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely.
I mean,
Okay, I think I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. Thank you guys for watching. Truly appreciate it. If you have anything you'd like to add to the conversation, leave your comments down below. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. If you want to follow us on social media, links are in the description. If you guys want to follow us with more gaming content, Magi, Aden, and MJ do gaming content on Twitch and YouTube. If you guys want to watch any nature walks, Sage does that. It's a ton of fun to watch. If If you guys want to watch some of the gaming content or let's watch or review videos that I've been doing, where I either will do let's plays or talk about a movie or TV show that I'm watching, then go check those out. Usually I upload or premiere the videos around midnight, 6 a.m. and noon Pacific time. Once again, that is midnight, 6 a.m. and noon Pacific time. And on Sundays, usually around 6 p.m., we do our podcast. With that being said, this is Rob of Novakast signing off. Have a good one and take care. Peace.